Imagine, you are an owner of a goat and your friend Mike, who is a baker, has bread instead. Oh no, Mike doesn't want a goat. He wants a pair of new shoes. The shoemaker Todd wants a fresh fish for food. But the fisherman Jack needs grains for making bread. And Jimmy, the farmer, only wants clay pots for storing his grains at home. Oh no, there arises a problem, and to solve it we need currency. Imagine A and B both want a cow, but there is one. It is called double coincidence of want. It lead to total chaos. The villages grew to towns, and we wanted something robust to exchange, the currency system. The first ever currency isn't a note or a coin. It was a Crowe's shell used for trade in Asia, Europe, China, Africa for more than 4,000 years. But something was needed that's robust, good to handle, and fair to trade. There came the first coin somewhere in Lydia, Turkey. An alloy of gold and silver called electrum, with lion imprinted on it. Then, in Roman Empire, the silver coins became popular, and as with Alexander the Great's expeditions around world, the coins created dominance. The soldiers in the army were paid the salary, the salarium, meaning the payment of salt to the soldiers. But to the misery, the coins lead to diminishing power as the coin were shredded for silver from 95% to 5%, creating a market crash for the coins. 5th century China switched from copper coins to the paper receipts for coins called Fei Qian or flying paper. By the Song dynasty in the 10th century, the Chinese government formalized this idea. They issued official paper currency, the jiaozi, backed by reserves of coins or silk, and the unregulated printing paper currency lead to inflation and unrest in markets. Stockholm's Banco AT issued the first European banknotes in 1661. They failed within 2 years. Too many notes, not enough silver backing them. But the Bank of England, founded in 1694, its notes were backed by gold reserves and accepted for government taxes. Trust, painstakingly built, made them valuable. These notes, I promised to pay the bearer on demand the sum of, became tender. By the 19th century, the trading world nations tie every currency to gold. Britain adopted in 1821. By the 1870s, most of the industrialized world followed. For an extraordinary decades, it worked magnificently. Prices were stable. International trade boomed. Then the guns of August 1914 changed everything. War is expensive. Catastrophically expensive. And the First World War was the most expensive thing humanity witnessed. Germany's inflation became legendary. Workers were paid twice a day. With the Second World War still raging, air solution, anchor all currencies to the US dollar. In 1949, a businessman named Frank McNamara had dinner at a New York restaurant and reached for his wallet. It wasn't there. In 1950, McNamara launched the Diners Club card. 1 year, 20,000 people had one. The credit card era had begun. We've traveled 10,000 years, from cowrie shells to cryptocurrencies. But what is money really? Money is not gold. It's not paper. It's not code. Money is a story. Story of greed, love, confusion, and invention.